Throughout history, certain men have looked into the mirror and seen more than just a leader. They saw a god. It's called the God complex, a cocktail of absolute power, unwavering ego, and the belief that they alone can shape destiny. Today, we're looking at the modern titans who have rewritten the rules of the world to fit their own image. But before we dive into the leaders, we have to ask, what does power actually do to a human mind? Psychologists call it Hubris Syndrome, a disorder where absolute authority erodes empathy and inflates self-importance. This isn't a new phenomenon. From pharaohs to emperors, the desire to be divine is as old as civilization itself. First up, the man who turned statecraft into a personal chess game, Vladimir Putin. In Russia, Putin isn't just a president, he's the architect of a new empire, blending nostalgia for the czars with modern iron-fisted control. His power is built on a carefully crafted image of the ultimate outdoorsman, a man who can tame both the wilderness and the world. When you control the narrative, the truth becomes whatever you say it is. And for Putin, that narrative is eternal. Across the ocean, we saw a different brand of divinity, one built on branding, gold, and the art of the deal. Donald Trump didn't just run for office, he built a movement that viewed his word as gospel and his success as inevitable. It's the ultimate God complex, believing that putting your name on the world makes it yours. Before the White House, there was the screen. He learned early that in the modern age, attention is the highest currency. Then there's Xi Jinping, the man who decided that being the leader of 1 billion people wasn't enough. He wanted to be their history. Xi has cemented his ideology into the very constitution of China, ensuring his influence lasts for generations to come. His ambitions aren't just domestic. He's redrawing the map of global trade, one port and one railway at a time. In his world, the state is all-seeing and he is the mind behind the machine, a modern-day digital deity. And finally, we arrive at the Hermit Kingdom, where being a god isn't a complex, it's the job description. For Kim Jong-un, the god complex is inherited. He rules a nation where his divinity is taught in schools and enforced by law. Nowhere else is individual identity so completely subsumed by the worship of a single, infallible leader. It is the purest form of the complex, a man who believes his finger on the button is the only thing keeping the world in orbit. But these aren't just isolated egos. Their complexes have consequences that ripple across the entire planet. When leaders believe they are above the rules, the global order starts to fracture. Old alliances wither and new, dangerous lines are drawn. The cost of hubris is always paid by the people. The grand visions of the few often leave the many in the dust. But what happens when the ego outgrows the office? When a leader starts believing their own myth? The God complex isn't just about arrogance. It's about the dangerous delusion that one person's will should override the fate of millions. Absolute power creates an echo chamber where the only voice a leader hears is their own, and eventually they believe it's the voice of God. As we look to the future, the question remains, can our institutions survive the weight of such massive egos? The only antidote to the God complex is the collective will of people who refuse to be ruled by myths. In the end, even the most powerful men are just that, men. But as long as there is power, there will be those who think they are more.